Hello, everyone. We are live. Welcome. I have a special guest on today. His name is Bill Barnett. He runs Mission Hire Me, which is the coolest organization. They help military spouses and veterans land careers through the power of video and telling their stories. Bill, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Mission Hire Me?
Thank you very much, Jamie. Mission Hire Me has been really a passion of mine. I got started because I worked with a charity in Los Angeles, and they got a grant to do to help veterans get jobs, veterans and spouses get jobs. And the organization called me and they said, Bill, we want to do more than just help people with their resumes and help them with their LinkedIn profiles and some job training that we do. What else can we do? What layer can we throw on? So I come from the entertainment background. I also come from a technology background, which I'll tell you about in a little bit. And I came up with the idea of doing video profiles. And the reason that the video profiles I thought would be a great opportunity is because we talked to a lot of company hiring managers, and I said, what is the angst? What's the problem with hiring veterans and spouses? And they said, especially with veterans, we don't know what we're going to get, and we're afraid to turn anybody down. So we just prefer not to even bring them in, although we say we want to interview them. So I came up with the ideas video profiles, which introduce them in a very casual way, not formal. Here's who I am. Here's what I can do for you. Here's my passion. Here are the assets I can give to your company. And it turned out to be a game changer. We've done about 120, 130 videos in the last 2 years. Over 80% of our veterans and spouses have gotten jobs. And now it's becoming our business. It's becoming what we do. And we're hoping to double that in 2021. We'd like to do close to 250 people in the next year. And that's kind of the genesis of how this got started.
So if I'm a veteran or if I'm a military spouse, is this a free service for me? Can I just sign up and get a video made for me? How does this work?
Yeah, all completely free. We don't charge the vet or the spouse a penny. We're funded by donations, by grants, by wonderful people. I've had a lot of my friends that have given us quite a bit of money, but we're talking to several companies right now. But the bottom line is to the veteran and to the spouse, this is completely free. All they do is go to our website, sign up, they fill out a very short form, and then one of our interviewers get back to them, they schedule it. We do the interview just like you and I are doing this now. We pin the applicant and they send in pictures. We send it to our editors. They have it back in 2 to 3 weeks.
That's amazing. So I've seen a bunch of these videos floating around and they're very impactful. They're kind of short videos. You come on if you're the job seeker and you're just basically telling your story. And I find especially with military spouses, this is an impactful way to tell your story because your story is complicated and your resume certainly doesn't tell your story. It just tells one small piece of the bigger picture. And it's a super powerful tool. And the use of video is huge right now. Yeah. We're on video right now. I mean, people are seeing videos on social media platforms and watching them. It's like the #1 way to consume media, I believe, these days. So
yeah. Let me make one comment about the spouse. The spouse has an advantage that the veteran doesn't have. One of the big questions we get from companies is what kind of after effects, post effects of military service am I facing with the veteran? With the spouse, we don't get that question because they're not facing that. So this is an especially powerful tool for military spouses.
That's awesome. And tell me, so you said 130-ish people have gone through so far. Are you actively looking for veterans and spouses to come through the program right now?
We are. In fact, we have an active grant right now.
Awesome.
And we got a grant for about 40 people. We've done 20 in the last, say, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Mm-hmm. So we have another 15 or 20 in that one. We just got an additional grant from a group in Orange County. However, they're going to be supplying us those vets. They want it specific. It's a fund that's all about Orange County, which is near Southern Cal, near LA. Uh-huh. And so they're going to be funding a group of about 12 or 15 veterans in Orange County, which brings up the opportunity that there are organizations in local areas around the country, because these are remote, just like you and I are doing now, that we can shoot people no matter where they are. So if there's a local community group that wants to support local vets, they can do it and say, listen, we want to only do this for Norfolk, Virginia, or San Diego, or wherever it is, Chicago, anywhere, we can do that.
Awesome. And that's good to know. if you want to support your local spouses, that's a good way to do it, is to bring you guys in and focus in on your area.
Exactly.
So I have included, if you are watching, I included a link to their website. And so if you are a military connected, veteran military spouse, if you're a job seeker, you're looking for a way to get an edge in your job search, go to the link, drop in there and apply and try to get in and see what video can do for you in your job search. It is very, people fear doing videos. I think people are hesitant to put themselves out there. Do you have any advice for folks, Bill, if they're nervous about doing something like this?
So the way you and I are talking now, that's the way we do these Zoom interviews. And it's nothing that's live. So we just have a chat. And as soon as the person is on with one of our interviewers, which they make everybody feel very comfortable, almost like they're friends, you lose that fear. That nervousness goes away literally in about a minute. And they start talking about their life, and they start talking about their career, and they start talking about what they've done either in the service or why they've moved around so much. They talk about all the different things that they feel comfortable talking about. Then we take all that footage and we put it into a very short 90-second to 2-minute video. And it's almost like, I can't believe, what was I afraid of? What was I nervous about? And the other great thing, I just want to go back on something that you said about the power of video. The great thing about what we're doing is a lot of people use these as an introduction. They're afraid, what should I say to this person? I don't want to just send them my resume or send them my LinkedIn. I want to show them that I'm interested in this job. And I want them to see who I am. And how can I get in for an interview? These are an incredible shoehorn to get you into that interview. And that's also the power of this video, the power of what we do.
That's awesome. Have you got any feedback from employers themselves on your videos? What do they say about the videos?
Yeah. So in fact, we even have a quote on our website that talks about one of our hiring managers. And they said that these have completely opened their eyes. They said there's a stigmatism sometimes, more with vets than there is with spouses, but about, am I hiring the right person? Are they going to be a culture fit? What is it? Should I make this plunge to once they see our videos, their walls come down and they start to say, this person would be a great fit. Plus, there's somebody associated with the military, so I'm doing something good for the military community, and I'm doing something good for my company as well. So it really breaks down the barriers, and that's what we've heard from so many of our employers.
It's amazing. If you are watching and you have questions for Bill while we have him live, feel free to drop in the comments and say hello. Tell him any questions that you may have. And if you are watching this later and it's not live anymore, still drop in the comments and ask your questions to Bill, and then we'll make sure they get answered. So,
and I'm always available. My email, my phone number is on the website. Everybody can feel free to call me or reach out to me anytime.
Awesome. And we'll drop your contact information as well in a comment so that people can see it.
Great.
I don't like to do that stuff while I'm live, or I have that squirrel syndrome and I can't focus on what I'm supposed to be talking about. Okay. So in general, Bill, if you're a job seeker, what kind of tips or advice might you have for military spouses or veterans?
Yeah. So, my last company, if I can just go back a second, was called Like Live. And we helped students from all over the world that couldn't afford to fly into schools to interview, to upload an interview. And I used to speak at colleges and universities all over the country. And the advice that I give them would be the same that I would give military spouses and veterans as well. And first of all, one of the biggest things that I found out is that I don't think people are aggressive enough in their follow-up. It is so important. Once you've gotten the interview, that's just the first step. The key is the follow-up. And I always want, when I'm interviewing people, I always want to get an email, a follow-up phone call, something from them, letting them know, Bill, I really enjoyed the interview. This is why I think I'm right for that job. So to me, that's so important, because if I'm hiring a salesperson, for example, they've got to follow up. That's part of their job. If they're not doing it to get the job, they're probably not the right person for the job. So that's one of the first things. The other thing is, don't procrastinate. If you're going to jump on something, jump on it. Never save for tomorrow what you can do today. If there's something that you can get done today, do it today. And the other big one is, you know, in real estate, when you're buying real estate, they always say the three most important things are location, location, location. Now, when you're looking for a job and in life in general, the most important three things are relationships, relationships, relationships. And I'm sure you've had this with other guests on your show. Networking is so important. I'm in the middle of writing a book, and it's called Every Day is an Interview, which means you never know who you're going to meet. You never know where it's going to be. It's going to be in a parking lot. It's going to be at a party. It's going to be at a bar. It's going to be in a classroom. You never know who you're going to meet that's going to have a change, that's going to change your life. And you need to, not necessarily always need to be on, because you need to be yourself, but always be authentic, always be who you are, and you never know who that person is. So those are little tips that I always give out.
Well, those are amazing. So relationships, relationships, relationships.
Right.
Aggressively follow up. And then the one you said in the middle was?
There were three. Don't procrastinate, always follow up, and relationships.
Awesome. Awesome. So if you're watching, we have Bill on the line. He's awesome. Mission Hire Me is awesome. Go check the website out. They do great things for the military community, and they've helped lots of military spouses and veterans land careers. If you're interested in learning more about them, I included a link to the website right here in the video. Bill, I appreciate you and your time today. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit about Mission Hire Me, and I hope we can get some people to come in and sign up today.
We'd love them. And Jamie, thank you for everything that you do. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, awesome. We'll